Hi, this is Billie Beene here with another special report. Today's date 9/3/22. New. This is a new YouTube channel for me. I have a subscribe button on the lower right corner of my screen. Thanks for like, subscribe, and share. This is episode 386. U.S. Mill only answer. The U.S. plus an economic crash. Vatican, D.C., and London. Some of my sources for this are God in the Bible, Patriot subscribers, Benjamin Fulford, Dr. William Mount, ShariRaye, Judy Barrington, Cliff High, Larry Johnson, BPEarthwatch, and Paul Begley Plus. Okay, let's get started. I have a Patriot subscriber who says President Trump is in charge in Oregon. I live in Bend, Oregon. And we have energy pipelines coming to us from Canada. We have building and new schools, new houses, and new car lots going up everywhere. And the highway number 97 is being widened. Well, we want that too. Okay, I have Cliff High bringing out some interesting information supporting that position that we're hearing from multiple sources that the U.S. military is the only answer. And Cliff distinguishes between continuity of government and devolution. He says this is devolution, not continuity of government. And he's bringing this out. In 2016, the U.S. military updated their military law book, and we've been seeing that from time to time. Things come out and it's alluding to this U.S. military law book. Now, Cliff is saying that there are two sets of everything inside the United States. We have the states and the state government, and we have Washington, D.C., which Cliff High says is foreign soil. It's not part of the U.S. And it's equal to Vatican City. And we know that Vatican City is a separate nation, and it's equal to the city of London, which Cliff High is saying is the same as Vatican City, is the same as Washington, D.C. Foreign soil, owned by corporations, not by governments or nations. Okay, and he's saying that Washington, D.C., and he's saying this is a result of a flaw in the Constitution, which in the future, when we the people are back in charge of a republic, we'll have to fix. And the flaw allows Washington, D.C. to be governed not by we the people, but by Congress. Not by the U.S. Government and people. And the same is true with U.S. territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, and others. All right. Now, he's saying that also this group, this Washington, D.C., is putting together their own armies. And we recently heard about that 87,000 illegal individuals to be hired for this illegal operation. And like FEMA comes under this, not the American people and not the U.S. government. So FEMA is not illegal in terms of our government and our Constitution. It's not legal to operate inside the United States. All right, but we have a lot of other so-called federal groups that have their own armies. They are not under the jurisdiction of we the people nor the Constitution of the United States, but rather Congress. So, that's going on. Now, so Cliff High is saying that the U.S. military upgraded and fleshed out the military law book and are ready to put it back in place. And we say, bring it. All right. And that the military is the only way. Now, Cliff is saying that, according to his WebBot data, we would be at war for something like 18 years. And he has earlier distinguished between a hot shooting kinetic military type war and a different type war. And he believes this, from the WebBot data, was actually against the banks that we know want to control us and take away all currency and go to that digital system and actually just steal us blind. We, the American people, the most heavily taxed people in the world, and now we understand our tax dollars went to the city of London, which is also a separate country like Washington, D.C., but that was the money headquarters of the deep state. It didn't go to benefit our nation. Yeah, we the people are really waking up. Now, Larry Johnson, he was with the CIA 24 years and taught, his job was teaching intel, military intel services how to collect intel. Okay. So he's bringing this out. His site is sonar21.com. Okay. He's bringing this out about the U.S. Mortgage rate. And we have other sources for this. It's tripled in the last few months. Also, property tax, and I'll tell a story about this. Dr. William Mount had brought information out about property tax going up recently, and I'll tell this personal story I know. Here's Texas. We live in South Texas coast, and this couple I'm going to describe, of which I know have personal information, live in this small town that has a population of about 5,000, a rural area. And she just finished college, finished her master's in business, and her husband works at a local plant. Her fiance works at a local plant, and they were going to buy an acre of land from a family member and build a house on it. And so they went to the bank and were going through all this process, and they found out the property tax, just the property tax per month, was going to be how much? $1,000. Can you believe that? For this area in a rural town, $1,000 per month property tax. Can we see a runaway, delusional government functioning at a federal, state, and local level? Can we see that? Yeah, we the people have got to take things back. And so they made good decisions. She didn't want her daddy to feel as if he lost his, didn't invest his money well in her education. She said, no, we'll buy the land, put a double wide trailer on it, pay that off, and then we'll see what the future holds. But we're not going to pay that kind of money. Now, Larry Johnson is bringing this out, as are other multiple sources like Alexander Makouras and Alex Christoforou. They're Greek and London journalists. Okay. That in Europe, the energy cost are staggering. I know in England they said a few months ago they had a 50% increase, and now they have an 80% increase, and in January they're supposed to have another increase. And Larry Johnson's giving this example of this lady in Ireland has like a small mom and pop's cafe, Poppy Fills. And in July and August, her electricity bill was in US dollars $10,000. So, can we see that all governments, and then in Europe, and I've been saying this for months, what are the parents in Europe going to say in the winter when their children are freezing and starving, doing without food? Oh, we allowed our political leaders to make these unreasonable sanctions against Russia and cut off our supply of oil and gas and energy. And we know, I've put out a previous video too, that this winter is supposed to be very long and hard and cold, colder than normal. That's coming from multiple sources too. So yeah, it's not good. Yeah, and businesses are having to close now in Germany because they have no energy. Okay. Now Benjamin Fulford, he's a Canadian journalist who has been living in Japan and now has finished his 2-week vacation in Canada and needs to decide, is he going to return to Japan or join the Liberty group in Idaho? So we want to find out about that group. Okay. Now, we also have BPEarthwatch, and he was on recently on Pastor P Begley's program talking about the economy getting ready to take a dive now. And BP was alluding also to this information that Benjamin Fulford was putting out, that the Vatican City is calling all of its money back from all private banks, including the Rothschild and other deep state banks, on a global basis. And they had to be back in the Vatican City bank in the Vatican City by September 30. And we know also the Bo Pony, who's a medical doctor turned economist, uses Bible codes to predict economic cycles. Yeah, it's calling for something like a kill shot to be occurring soon. So, and ShariRaye and Judy Bankton, yeah, they're bringing out this information. Stock up on your supplies now. And that, yeah, President Trump recently made that statement, declare me president based on the 2020 E or have a new E. And he's coming out strongly with it. And we, the American citizen patriots, the mega supporters, are standing up and speaking loudly in support of our elected president. We want this to come on. And we've had recent multiple sources coming out and saying that it's only the president, the commander-in-chief, who can give orders to the National Guard or to the military to act as a police group inside the U.S. in times of terrorism. And we are familiar with that recent JB speech calling President Trump and his supporters practically terrorists, but to ostensibly get something started. But we, the people, are law and order people, and we really know who is president. Okay, ShariRaye is recommending having 2 to 3 weeks food, water, cash. Yeah. And of course, other groups are saying, and stock up absolutely on bathroom tissue. Who can know what the future is going to bring? So, this completes my special report on the economy and moving forward in terms of devolution. I love you, and I'll see you soon.